Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of the Sport Rep Show. I am your host Jesse Jackson Kauraisa, unpacking some of the latest sports news. And now for your latest on the hit list. The MTC Sunshine Promotion today officially announced that former WBO Global Champion Jeremiah Loki Nakathila will battle in a lightweight 9 title fight against Mexico's Miguel Berchelt on 26 March in the United States of America. Tilman van Liel had compiled this for us.
Colleagues from the press, our officers from the stables, chairman of the Salute Boxing Academy, Mr. Kamanya. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all for making it to this press conference this morning. We are bringing you very, very exciting good news in the sense that we are flying high and soaring further than we can do for our small population. I think it's very, very obvious that boxing has taken keen notes of the demands that we have made for the lightweight title. Berchelt himself is a former champion who has defended his title 6 times. But again, the caliber in details you what you are able to achieve as together when we support each other well. Where you can see that Nakathila here can attract the best in the industry to fight.
The sponsor, MTC, the big achievement is why we are announcing this fight. This fight is not taking place in Namibia, but this is our achievement. We are here to celebrate. It's not easy to get a fight on this magnitude at that level. And as Las Vegas, USA, to fight the former world champion in the main bout. Vegas. So it's gonna be at the resort, World Resort in Las Vegas. Loki Nakathila will come up against Michel Berchelt, the former WBC world champion. Just say he defended his title successful 6 times. And of course, he lost the title against another world champion, Oscar Valdez. Loki Nakathila is gonna leave on a 90 month with one of our coaches. I'm not going to declare the name now because we have to but we're going to leave one of the coaches in the 90 because the whole team.
Welcome back. Apologies for the poor sound there indeed on that video. Well, on to our next story. Established in January 2022 and with already 2 Athletics Namibia Grand Prix appearances to its name, Oshinene Athletics Club has eyes set on changing the fortunes of many upcoming and current athletes from the settlement and Omaheke region at large. Oshinene Athletics Club has embarked on a journey to make sure that talent in the rural settlement and region does not go to waste. Many young talent in the settlement have often witnessed their promising career cut short after failing at school. This means that they were only able to compete at school level with no other alternative in the settlement. Well, that is Afonso Shatindi and Kaupasane Watwaire has decided to change those fortunes and has already 23 members to its name who have already competed. That's at 2 Grand Prix. They are from the settlement situated just in the east of Hobabas. You drive on a tire road from Hobabas and a gravel road from Windhoek. That's through the Omitara settlement. Welcome back. We will now go for a short break, and after the week drop, we'll catch the weekend's drop. Welcome back. A true captain's knock by Gerard Erasmus propelled his Namibian Eagles side to a vital win against Oman in their first match of the ICC World Cup League 2 cricket series in Dubai yesterday. Coming into a bat with the side in desperate trouble at 43-6 and 53-7, Erasmus made a brilliant 121 not out of 120 balls to help Namibia set up 22 all-out 6. This total proved more than enough as the disciplined bowling attack limited Oman to 116 all-out for a 110-run win for the Eagles. Namibia will play the United Arab Emirates tomorrow. All boys on top once again. All boys won at the weekend won the one-day Premier League final in Pioneers Park with 142 runs versus Samsung Wanderers won in an exciting encounter to keep the cup for the third year in a row. A fierce and feisty all-boys team, 322 runs for 7 wickets in 50 overs on Saturday, bullied a helpless Wanderers side 180-10 in 40.3 with finesse. All boys lost the toss and was sent in by the guests to bat first. Barely nothing went wrong for captain JP Kutsi and his fellow batsmen, finding the sweet spot of their willows, amazing a massive 322 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 50 overs. The MTC Netball Premier League kicked off on Saturday with intriguing action from the Israel Patrick Iyambo College on Saturday. 11 arrows proved too strong for Grootfontein after beating their opponents 37-32, while Afrocat Lions defeated Rebels 39-32 in other action. Tigers NC began their campaign with a 62-26 victory over Northern Flyers, while Namibia Correctional Service made easy work of Youngsters with a 66-24 win over the Northerners. Nampol Netball Club in the Namibian Navy's match was as tight as it could be, with both teams showing determination from the start. Nampol NC, however, had the final say with a 44-48 win over the Navy side. Mighty Gunners, on the other hand, trounced newcomers Blue Waters 71-19. And on to the Sunday results. Tigers NC was 16. Afrocat Lions beating, that was Grootfontein 51-26. Navy NC beating Mighty Gunners, that's 47-50, while Mighty Gunners beat Navy NC 54-47. Blue Waters, on the other hand, lost 32-48 to Nampol NC. And on to your next one. At Farm Windhoek in Klein Cooper, event number 0 of this year's Nedbank Rock and Rod Cross Country Mountain Bike Series was held. In the absence of the established names such as Alex Miller and Hougaard, who are currently in South Africa to prepare for the coming weekend's Cape Town Cycle Tour, it was an opportunity for the youngsters to step up to the fore. We spoke to Belgren Jensen, the Elite Men's winner in the first year in the under-23 category, who finished overall 3rd place behind 2 juniors Kevin Lowe and Daniel Hahn. We also spoke to the young Monique Du Plessis, who won the women's race ahead of Courtney Liebenberg and Ada Karl. Stay tuned.
So the race started off very well. I kept with the under-18s. Everyone started together today. And then I didn't feel too well, so I dropped back. And the 2 under-18s, Kevin Lowe and Daniel Hahn, went off, and I fell back. So I just kept my pace, made sure not to lose my position towards the other elites, and I just kept a solid pace. It was very hot, it was a tough race, especially up these climbs, but I'm still very happy with my results, and still recovering from my cold though. So yeah, let's hope the next ones are better.
Okay, tell us a bit about the previous weekend when you went to South Africa to compete in the Free State.
That was a very nice race. We went to Kauraisa, and we started a bit later than this. I think we started 2:30, and the race was very cool. We started with elites, so the top of like the best of the best, and with Alex Miller and Alan Hatherley wasn't there, but it was in that group. and I had to start all the way at the back as I don't have any UCI points anymore because it's my first year under 23. So I started 43rd and ended 22nd, but yeah, I'm still very happy with that result because it's very difficult to get past those people there. And yeah, it was a tough race. I think my time was 1 hour 20 minutes, and it's something I'm not used to. It's a very, very long race, but I'm still happy with my results.
Okay, so are you building up towards something big this year, or what's your next goals?
So definitely, I definitely want to go to Commonwealth Games, but yeah, I still have a little bit of work to do before I get there. But yeah, and then I also want to go to Germany, I think in June, and show my face there, but maybe get some sponsors and see where my cycling career goes.
The race go for you.
Was baie lekker geweest. Ek het die eerste 2 laps het ek net lekker gepace saam Courtney en toe vat ek al verby op die tweede lap en toe pace ek net myself en ry my eie race, maar dit was baie lekker geweest vir die eerste keer.
Okay, so jy het nie enige teespoed gehad op die reisie?
Ja, daar was paar mense, maar hulle was baie nice geweest om daarom betyds trek te gee en hulle was baie nice geweest om te trek.
So jy het laas naweek ook goed gevaar in Suid-Afrika?
Ja, dit was baie lekker om teen al die groot name te ry. Ek het 1 crash gehad op die eerste lap, so dit het my 'n bietjie tyd gekos, maar ek het daarom tot die einde gefight en daarom kon ek 8ste kom op die einde.
Dis baie goed. So wat is volgende op jou program?
Volgende is die volgende SA Cup in Stellenbosch. So en volgende naweek se Cape Town Cycle Tour.
Dis baie sterkte.
Baie dankie.
Welcome back. Philipus Shaanika of the MTC Sunshine Promotions on Saturday night became the new national super bantamweight champion after beating Johannes Morsande by a split decision at the Ongwediva during the MTC Kilimanjaro Boxing Promotions Bonanza. We will now go for a break, and after the break, we cross over to our next segment, that's Spotify with Brian Munango.
While Namibia and its cities are seen as one of the cleanest countries in Africa, plastic pollution is a big problem. Therefore, it's up to each of us to do what we can to reduce the use of plastic, especially single-use plastic bags. At Liberty Life Namibia, we've taken the decision to turn all our old branding items into reusable shopping bags. It's a way in which we can drive sustainability and look after our most important stakeholder, our environment. If you also believe in sustainability and would like more information, please get in touch. Liberty Life Namibia. In it with you.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Good day, viewers. My name is Brian Munango. Let's have a look at what the local youth were busy with in sports this weekend. We were over at the IJG Child's Play Pit on Friday, where the FNB Schools Mountain Bike League kicked off in style. With over 160 riders participating in the tournament, a handover of 6 mountain bikes that were sponsored by Namibian cycling clubs Windhoek Pedal Power and Roka Rat, in the recognition that teaching young children to ride mountain bikes eventually enables them to take part in Namibian competitions like road cycling and other sorts of tournaments as well. 4 were donated to Physical Active Youth Namibia, and the 2 bikes were donated to Caroline Yannick of the Rockhoppers, a cycling development group focused especially on early riding skills and technique. We caught up with Caroline Yannick, and this is what she had to say.
My name is Caroline Yannick. I am a teacher by profession and also a head of department at my school. The other side of me is cycling, especially working with the learners, or kids as we all call them, and my passion is mountain biking. I'm also a coach. I have been coaching now since 2013, so I'm very experienced in this regard and used to the kids, working with them. I love working with them from about 6 years old until the age of 12, and then I hand them over. What this FNB Schools League is about is actually about development. It's a development program that is run by or supported by the NCF, Rock and Ride Mountain Bike Club, as well as the Windhoek Pedal Power Club. And we really try to not only focus on schools in central Windhoek, but in schools also on the outskirts of Windhoek, like in Katatura and so on. And there we have Mr. Laban, who is responsible for the physical active youth group. And they are very much involved with cycling, where they take the kids out of the communities and they put them on a bicycle and they bring them the skills by to take part in events like this, and also in some of our road events. So yeah, it's a big exposure, and we work, these events cater for kids from under 6 until under 18. So, and then also, of course, we also have the fun event where the kids that are not so skillful yet, where they can fit in and also be part of this whole development process.
The Namibia Tennis Association hosted the NTA Junior Tournament in Swakopmund for all age groups. With over 57 entries received of age groups under 10 to under 25, the tournament started on Friday and the finals were set to be played on Sunday. We got a few words from Deshipanda Davids. Stay tuned for what she had to say.
I'm Deshipanda David, and I'm the tournament director for the NTA Swakopmund Junior Tennis Tournament. The tournament went very well. We had a lot of good players. We had about 56 entries, which were from around Namibia, but majority came from Windhoek. So, but the tournament went very well. We had some strong players and good matches, and we also have development kids that are taking part, which are from the Swakopmund Development Club, which are taking part in the tournament, and they are actually doing very well. I think in the future, from tennis, we will be having our own Serena Williams and the Roger Federers. So we are also trying to develop tennis in Namibia, because it's sport, but it's also just a normal sport like the others. So we are trying to grow it, and I think it's better if we as a country can just come together and support the tennis. And we need more of the under 25s, men and women, because there were not so much entries. We only had one guy, so he had to play with the girls, but it was very good for the girls. It was a good challenge for the girls, and yeah, also it was also good for the guy. He had some tough matches from the girls. They made him run for his money. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we loved the tournament, and it was smooth, very smooth. Well, kids were well mannered, no fightings, I think. But yeah, it was a good tournament, and we are looking forward to the next Swakopmund NTA Junior Tournament, which is on the 13th of May, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 13th of May. So please, next time, come support us at the Swakopmund NTA Junior Tournament. Yes, thank you.
15-year-old Raika, who played in the under-25 category, was the tournament's outstanding performer, because she stood out as a 15-year-old who stood against 25-year-olds, and she held it up and she played really well. Listen to what she had to say.
My name is Raika Kwelo, and I've been playing tennis for I think about 7 or 8 years now. I played a lot of tournaments before, and I always enjoyed it. I played a few tournaments already also in other countries for Namibia, and I really enjoyed it. I had some nice experiences. In this tournament specifically, I played yesterday and I won my match, 6-love, 6-love. I played really well. I was very happy with my performance. Then today I also won my both matches so far. I didn't play that well like yesterday, but it was fine. I will play my semi-finals soon after the match is done. And if I win it, I will play tomorrow the finals. If I lose, I will have another match today.
In July, Namibia will be part of the 31 nations to compete in the Special Olympics Unified Cup that's slated for the 31st of July till the 6th of August 2022 in the USA. Namibia women's 7-a-side team is set to represent the country in Detroit. We got a few words from the president and the managing director of Special Olympics Africa, Charles Nyambe. Stay tuned to this.
Yes, my name is Charles Nyambe. I'm the president and managing director for Special Olympics Africa region. And I am here today first and foremost to announce that Special Olympics Namibia has been granted an opportunity. The female team, football team 7-a-side, has been granted an opportunity to participate in the 7-a-side Unified Cup, Unified Football Cup, which is going to be held in July and August in Detroit in the USA. They qualified, they've been accepted, they applied, and they've been accepted to participate together with Special Olympics Nigeria, taking a male team, and Special Olympics Burkina Faso, taking another female team, and then Namibia a female team. So congratulations to Special Olympics Namibia female team. And then I just want to thank GIZ, Sport for Development, for this providing support and funding towards the renovation of this center. This center was, vandalized, and they came forward to give back this home to individuals with intellectual disabilities, athletes. And today we can see what the center looks like. It's slowly getting back to normal. This center provides so many activities. It's not just providing an office. It was a center that was provided by FIFA as a symbol for the World Cup, that the World Cup was in Africa. And it's one of the campaigns of the 20 centers for 2010, and this is one of the 20 centers that were built to symbolize the presence of the 2010 World Cup being in Africa. So FIFA selected Special Olympics in Namibia to have ownership, to be the owners of this center. But there's a partnership with the government, Ministry of Sport, and also with Special Olympics, the government, and FIFA. So it's a three-way partnership. And activities here that take place used to include computers, lessons free of charge in this room, and an office space, and also activities out there, football activities, and so many activities out there for athletes to participate in every day to become better, in safeguarding activities and so on and so forth. Thank you for the fence. The fence is going to provide for some security towards people with intellectual disabilities. So thank you very much.
And that's it from Spotify. We look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, same time, same place, as we bring an update of sports that will be taking place over the weekend. Remember to also stay tuned to our social media pages at MyZone on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And that's all from Spotify. Back to you, Jesse.
While Namibia and its cities are seen as one of the cleanest countries in Africa, plastic pollution is a big problem. Therefore, it's up to each of us to do what we can to reduce the use of plastic, especially single-use plastic bags. At Liberty Life Namibia, we've taken the decision to turn all our old branding items into reusable shopping bags. It's a way in which we can drive sustainability and look after our most important stakeholder, our environment. If you also believe in sustainability and would like more information, please get in touch. Liberty Life Namibia. In it with you.
Well, thank you so much, Brian. Up next is Arrie Hougaard bringing us international news. Over to you, Arrie.
Good day to everyone, and it's time for international sport news. And we start off with the World Cup cricket of the Women's 50-over World Cup in New Zealand. News from the tournament is that in the opening game, it was the host New Zealand that lost to the West Indies by 3 runs. But they're back on winning ways. Their second game, it was New Zealand, the host, that beat Bangladesh quite convincingly by 9 wickets. Bangladesh batted first. They made 140 for the loss of 8 wickets. And then New Zealand had no trouble in batting down the runs. They scored 144 for the loss of only 1 wicket. Earlier results saw South Africa also beating Bangladesh in their first game, and then the first game for England was against Australia, and it was Australia that came out winners there by 12 runs. A big game for England coming up Wednesday. They play against West Indies under pressure after losing the first game, and West Indies of course beating New Zealand, so it will be a great game. That is England playing West Indies on Wednesday. On to some more cricket news. It's the men's international or the test series that we're going to talk about, and it was India that played against Sri Lanka. India batted first and they made 574 for the loss of 8 wickets, and that test is played in Mohali in Sri Lanka. And then as Sri Lanka came into bat, they battled. They made just 174 in their first innings, and India asked them to follow on, and in the follow-on innings it was Sri Lanka that also didn't bat well. They made 178, and that left India as the winners with an innings and 222 runs. The big performer in that game for India was their star batsman Ravindra Jadeja. He made 175 runs. And now we continue with some soccer news from Britain. It is the FA Cup that will continue on the 19th of March again. The knockout of the games, they have been determined who will play against each other. And the big game will be for Middlesbrough, that's been doing well. They will play against Chelsea. That will be a home game for them at the Riverside Stadium. Of course, Middlesbrough was quite in the news because they're a championship team, not a Premier League team. They're a second-tier team, so to speak, and they beat Manchester United at Manchester United a few weeks ago, and then also beat Tottenham Hotspur at home 1-0. So now they need to play against Chelsea at home, so it's a big fixture for them. Other games on the 19th of March will be Crystal Palace that will host Everton. Then Southampton will host Manchester City, a tough game for them. Liverpool will be away. They will play the winners of either Nottingham Forest or Huddersfield. And now to continue with some cycling news, it is the Paris-Nice cycling tournament or cycling event that's taking place. It's going to be over 8 stages. And the first stage was quite a flat one. It ended with a little bit of a hill before the end. And news from that first stage is that it was Christopher Laporte of France that won. His 2 teammates was with him in the end, and they were Primož Roglič of Slovenia, and also Wouter van Aert. He is from Belgium. So the 3 of them got away just before the end, and they got together over the line. They're all 3 from the Jumbo Visma team. So that was the first stage of the Paris-Nice cycling stage 1. Stage 2 will be also a flat stage, so it will be the sprinters that will be in contention again, and the second stage will be 159 kilometers, and it will be from Hougaard to Orleans. That is stage 2 of the Paris-Nice cycling tour. And now for some tennis news, and it was the Lyon Women's Open that was played over the weekend. It's still in the news because one of the finalists, that is Diana Yestrayenska, she's from the Ukraine. She was in the news because she donated her winnings from the tournament as second place or runner-up to Ukraine for the cause against their fight against the Russian invasion. She's a Ukrainian, and she was in Ukraine just a week ago still, and she had to hide in underneath parking lot, and she was there for 2 days stuck and got away with the 15-year-old sister. So it was quite significant. She lost in the final against China's Zhang Jiayi, but she donated £12,000 her winnings. She donated to a foundation that is linked to giving aid to people in Ukraine. And now to conclude, some Formula One racing news, and it is the Formula One season that will start in a few weeks' time in Bahrain. And news from the Haas team is that Pietro Fittipaldi will most likely be the driver that will replace, that is Nikita Mazepin, the Russian driver that was sacked by the Haas team, and that was because of the Russian invasion into Ukraine. Also, Mazepin's dad, Dmitry Mazepin, is one of his companies, one of the main sponsors of the Haas team, and Haas also announced that they will no longer accept him as one of the sponsors. So the first race of the Formula One 2022 season will start in a few weeks' time. That was on the 20th of March. That will be in Bahrain. So that's the international sporting news for today. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.
The space between having a dream and making it a reality is massive. And when your dream is to build a quality network for Africa, that space gets even bigger. Paratus' dream for a Pan-African network began years ago. Starting with a single PC using dial-up internet, it eventually grew to become ITN, a Windhoek-based network company that laid the foundations of what Paratus is today.
Starting a network company wasn't easy, but we knew if we persevered, we'd be able to achieve our dreams. During the early stages, and still today, any new customer we get is an accomplishment. Currently, we have physical presence in 6 African countries and provide our services to 28 countries in total. We are not bound by limits.
In 2014, Paratus was born, and the vision of creating an all-African network was becoming a reality. Paratus was highly dependent on third-party infrastructure. That was fine at first, but they soon realized that such dependency would only limit their growth. Their goal was to provide Africa with tomorrow's technology today, not tomorrow. With that goal in mind, they risked it all. Investing in various network and radio access technologies, they established their own independent infrastructure, opening a world of limitless opportunities. One of these opportunities was the Trans-Kalahari Fiber Project, a fiber network line that stretched across Namibia, providing connectivity from Swakopmund in the west to the Botswana border in the east. But the word limit doesn't exist in Paratus' vocabulary, so they extended the line even further, passing it through Botswana to Zambia and South Africa. 4 countries now enjoyed the same quality, high-speed connectivity. Then they threw out the rulebook and made history by extending the line up to Tanzania and later Mozambique. Paratus became the first ever network operator to connect Africa's east and west coast twice. Whoever said impossible is nothing was right.
Paratus isn't Namibia's oldest or biggest network, and our focus isn't on size. Our focus is on real value and real service for our customers. Developing improved network technologies puts us ahead of the competition, but it's our unparalleled quality client service that keeps us in front. Joining the Paratus network means joining a true Pan-African family. We have almost 20 years experience in class-leading technological advancements and deployments. Building a quality network in Africa is just the beginning. The best is yet to come.
Well, thank you so much, Arrie. That is all we had for you today. Catch the Sport Rep Show tomorrow at the same time, same place. And from me, Jesse Jackson Kauraisa, it is ciao.